Hey, Winston here. Let's look at what we got. It looks like they poured a little bit of concrete today. So we're gonna fill this in, bring it up yay high, right up to the door. Ain't gonna be a lot. A little flow off on this, ain't gonna be bad. We had an option, we could dig some footers out right here and we could pull footers around this for the porch. But instead we went with this right here. So we're gonna take those block and we're gonna lay the block all the way around it up to the top, and then we're gonna actually put concrete on the top also.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a concrete porch up top, all right? And it's gonna sit on top of this concrete right here. So then when we fill it in, we got a good solid foundation so that the roof and everything else is well supported. Not that that roof is going anywhere. It's got 2x10s coming out of there. It ain't going nowhere. We got the same thing right over here on the other side.
Lots of sand.
That is sand. Same thing over here. It doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be where the block can sit on it. Come up that high. Then we'll fill that in with rock. When we fill it in with rock, then we come up on top of that right there and we pour the concrete. Then we got a concrete slab. When they come out on that porch, they got concrete.
That's nice.
That's what we're going to do in the back also.
And it's just got steps.
Did they pour back here yet? Let's go back there and see. It's going to be some pretty red brick, huh?
I like it.
So what's that?
That looks like something that I don't know.
I have no freaking idea what that is.
Oh, really?
No. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
How can you not know what it is?
If you don't know what it is, I definitely don't know what it is.
Let's see if we have one on the other side. The air conditioners are going on the side, so the air conditioner, no, actually the air conditioners are coming back here. Oh, you know what this is?
What?
We were just talking to Tim last week about putting a retaining wall right here, remember?
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
this is going to be the foundation for that retaining wall.
Gotcha.
So we poured it. We could have used rock right there, but it'd be a little bit more stable with this, and they'll bring it up and it'll back it up, and then we'll pour a concrete slab up here also for a patio in the back.
Gotcha.
Or back porch.
So this is just going to be a retaining wall. They don't need one over there.
No,
I mean,
we're not
it's on
putting a
the
retaining
slant.
wall over there. And that's not going to be, but what, that high? It's not going to be real high. It's only going to be about 3 or 4 blocks high.
Right.
But that'll give us enough room to bring that up, make it look real nice, and then kind of just slope it off a little bit so that nobody's going to get hurt.
We're going to get a lot of water and mud collecting in that corner?
From what?
Well, I mean, it's a retaining wall.
No. Retaining wall is going to go up, so we'll build it up, slope it back. The water will hit this right here, run off that way. Okay?
Okay.
And then anything that's up here, the ground will be coming this way, so we'll have it sloped away from the house, so it'll still go back this way. The only thing that'll be level will be the pad itself.
Okay.
Okay? Oh, we got drywall.
Oh, look at that.
So that's what it's hoping for, right?
This looks great.
So they got the drywall. Looks like they got the first. They're supposed to be finished before Friday. So what day is it? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, so they're supposed to be finished with everything by Friday. Everything looks good. Any questions? There's definitely one question that you should have. So these are the sprinkler system. Like that's one sprinkler system.
Oh, yeah.
The cap will go flush with the ceiling when it goes in. We'll use slick ceilings. I don't like storm ceilings unless I have an older house or something. So the ceilings will be slick. Everything will be good there. What are we missing? What about the lighting?
Yeah, okay. There's no lighting.
So why are there no holes and nothing marked on the roof or the ceiling about the lighting?
For a ceiling light or fan.
Well, we don't put fans in.
But you put the
So if
hookup
we put a
for it.
fan in this right here, you know we got one here and one in the kitchen right there.
Right.
For the heads for the thing, for the sprinkler systems. If we had a fan here, it would require 4 sprinkler heads around that fan.
Why would it need 4?
Because the fan will block some of the water.
Oh.
So that's just what they tell you. So this saves us a little bit of money because we don't use ceiling fans, but we don't use ceiling fans because this house will be cool without the ceiling fans, and ceiling fans are more maintenance issues on rental properties, and we just try to stay away from them.
So you don't even provide the hookup spot?
No, if I put a hookup side, I got to put 4 heads up there too.
Gotcha.
And I don't want ceiling fans in my house.
Anyways.
No. So this right here, if you notice, they got the first coat of mud on here. Next, they will come over it with about a 10-inch knife or a 12-inch knife, and it'll come way across. And the next time we come, which will probably be maybe Friday, maybe Monday, you'll notice that this whole joint is feathered out probably from here to here. It'll be a really good sized feather,
okay.
But it'll hide everything. And when you're looking at it at a distance, it'll be a thin coat of mud. It'll be a little bit of a bump in the wall, but you won't be able to see it because it's just going to be real thin just to cover everything up. So this is called green board. So we have to use green board. It's a mold resistant board, water resistant board. We have to use that behind the cabinets to keep any mold from building up, to keep any, if it gets wet and moisture gets in it, then it's going to easily rot. It's going to break apart. It's going to be a problem. So anything that we use in the kitchen and in the bathroom that's going to be around water in any way has to have green board around it.
What's in the
Now,
green
they
board?
also have a board that's blue that does the same thing. Do I know?
What's in the green board or blue board that makes it
I don't know.
just a...
I never made any of it.
Gotcha.
So you'll see right there, and we saw this before, okay, and we didn't say anything about it, but you can see right here where the plumbers, their box is a big box and it comes through our floor. The reason we're not really worried about that is because we got kitchen cabinets going here, so we're gonna cover it all up. It won't be any big deal.
Anyways, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
not seen. This is a pantry now.
That's gonna be a pantry. Gonna be a nice little pantry, huh?
It's really big.
I think so. I think for a pantry, it's gonna be a good, you know, for a little duplex, it's gonna be perfect. This is going to turn out to be a really nice duplex, I think. Even when we put the drywall in, it didn't make it claustrophobic or anything like that. I think it's going to be a nice house. I wouldn't have an issue living here. I might have an issue living next to that particular neighbor, but other than that,
Are these 9-foot ceilings?
huh?
These are 9 feet ceilings?
No, these should be 8-foot ceilings.
8? That's 8? Oh wow. Feels taller than that.
Well, see the sheet of drywall? The sheet
Yeah.
of drywall is 4 foot tall, and that sheet of drywall is 4 foot tall. Should be 8 foot.
Hey, that's 8 feet.
So if you look in the bathroom right here, turn the light on for me. I cannot believe you even look. We ain't got electricity in here. So we, so back out. So we got a little light because it's probably gonna need that.
Yeah.
So we got green board on the ceilings
Ceilings.
and the walls. So all of that all around the tub. So when this room gets humid and humidity is building up in here, it isn't gonna be a big deal. It'll just suck everything out, and it isn't gonna hurt your drywall or anything like that. The moisture's not gonna get behind the paint. It's gonna be good.
Nice. I think Andy and I used regular wood and regular board for when we redid the kitchen, but we should have used blue or green.
Should have used it. I would tell you, you're probably gonna be okay.
Okay.
But over a 20, 30 year period of time,
Yeah,
you pull them cabinets out after 20 years, 30 years, there's always mold behind them and stuff like that.
that makes sense.
It's just hard. It just gets back there. You have a leak here and there, it just grows. Again, I just don't really see any issues anywhere. And I'm assuming you haven't seen any issues, right? Never mind. You did. You was looking for a light switch a second ago.
It looks like there's electricity, but it's not running.
Yeah. We'll put a box right here. There'll be a shut off for the water heater that'll go up here. That's a drain. So this is something I like. I like to make sure I got a drain for my drain pan to go to. That way, if something does go wrong, that water is going outside and it's not coming into our home.
Oh, that's nice.
So if we didn't have that, then it would run onto the floor. I'm pretty sure the codes people would make us put it in something somewhere.
So that just goes
But I would
down
much
under the
rather be in
ground.
the floor. Much rather be in the floor.
and then pop out here
Yep.
somewhere.
They might have it running into the main drain. I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea where it's running. I haven't looked. It may be in the front. I don't know. Green board around the washer and dryer, at least up to the back of the washer and dryer. Then above it isn't a big deal. So we talked about this. So this is to get to the sprinkler system. It's got green board around the sprinkler system because it's going to have water right there. We will build something with this right here afterwards so that whenever we finish it all of this comes together and we don't have in our closet where a kid in here throws stuff in here and breaks a water line. So we will have to definitely protect that just to make sure it's safe. I am pleased. We've been working on this house after the foundation. Now we let the foundation sit for several months before we did anything. But we've been working on this house for probably, I would say less than 8 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Less than 8 weeks that we've been working on it since we started framing out, and I really think it's probably closer to 6 weeks, but I don't. We have to go back and look. He was able to change the side of the of this door on the other side, but it wasn't able to change it here because the electrical was already in.
Oh,
That's a standard size door, but I just would have preferred it a little bit wider.
this is a standard size door.
It's what goes in a lot of smaller houses because they make the bathroom smaller and a bigger door won't allow them to clear the toilet.
Oh,
But our cabinetry we got coming in here because we got plenty of room right here. We're going to come across with the toilet, bring the cabinetry across, and when we come across with that, we're actually going to put a tall cabinet right here to give them room for their linens and stuff like that.
Okay.
Remember we had the problem with this closet, so now you can start to see it a little bit more than we could see it before. He had the closet going here, and then this was just wide open. So we told him close that in, give us 2 closets right here so that we have a his and her closet on the master bedroom. The bedroom is 12 foot long, 12 by 12, something like that.
12 by 12.
I don't think that that's bad. I think whenever we're looking at it as 12 by 12, it gives us, it's not huge. I mean, if you was building a house for you personally, you might say, hey, I'm gonna put a bigger bedroom in it, and that's fine. But for a rental property, 12 by 12 works pretty good. And I think it'll be a good room. We have yet to come here after one of the trades worked and said we had something we needed to fix. So this is cool. I am pleased.
Do you know off the top of your head how much the drywall costs? If you made a drywall order, what was that?
I have not seen any of those bills yet. How about we catch that on the next one? We'll pull all the numbers beforehand.
Okay.
I would just be guessing. I don't want to guess. We'll run a spreadsheet of where we are. I'll have Christina run something on us pretty soon, where we can look at where exactly we are in the realm of things. So now we're going to come in. We're going to clean the floors. They're going to come in next, and they're going to paint. So I would say the painters will be here next week. The bricklayers will be here either this week or next week. So we'll get the paint and the brick done next week, by the end of the week on both of them. Once it's all painted, they'll come in, do the cabinetry, the trim package, the doors, and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Less than 4 months, most people can hire a GC, buy land, build a house.
So I'm going to say you can do it. If I was going to put a realistic number out there for most people starting out, that time is 6 months.
Okay.
If you are a contractor and you're doing it, you can do it in 4 months. My brother produced a house in 3 months. I got a friend of mine here, Brad Edwards, that can produce a house in 2 months. So it really is, now he's a builder, that's what he does. And he can come into a small 2,000 square foot house and he can close that house up and have that house completely done in a couple of months. That's impressive for me.
Yeah.
Because 4 months is probably about my best. This house, we could have done this house in 4 months, but we came up 5 feet in the front of the house and I just wanted that fill to settle as much as it would settle. I wanted it to get rained on. I wanted to know that everything was good. I'd rather that than have cracking coming across my concrete 3 months down the road after we move somebody in here. Are we gonna get concrete cracks? I haven't seen a concrete crack yet, but concrete cracks are inevitable. We will get them. It's just a matter of time.
Over time.
They will come in. But we can do the best that we can do to stop those from happening. So we'll do our best with that.
Like I tell other people, it's like, if you have $285,000 to build a house, that's land included and all that. I mean, this place is now worth 410.
Yeah, we will be under 300,000 with the cost of the land on this property, and that'll be a duplex that's producing probably about 3,600 a month.
Even if you just take the equity side of things, like if you keep it,
how much did I say we'd be under? I don't know if I say 300.
You were at like 110 per square foot.
Yeah, everything included. We will definitely beat that number. I think this is going to be one of the best efficiency houses for us to build that we've built, because our lumber is so standard. We don't have all of these crazy joists and stuff in here. We got laminated beams, as we showed in the beginning, across the front because we got nothing to support the weight right here. But other than that right there, that is it in the whole house. Mm-hmm. It's a good build. It's a real good build. So how did I get that right there? Did I pull that off of the internet?
Could have pulled it off the internet, or specifically paid an engineer to utilize those lengths.
So I knew how big I could put the house, so I actually hired an engineer, and I had an engineer draw it. I had a particular house I wanted to build. I wanted to look a certain way, so I had my engineer draw everything up, and then he drew it up. We signed off on it, and then we went and got the blueprints. So I didn't draw it. I didn't buy it from somebody else. I had an engineer draw it so that we could be 100% online. So they require us to survey our land and lay the house out with a surveyor, where a surveyor stakes every single corner. So when they staked the corner, that fence right there was basically online. Okay, so we was good with that. The second thing we had was right here, because we know we're having trouble with the idiot mayor next door to us. I wanted to make sure that we didn't step on his property with anything. So we definitely drove a stake down there, and we ran it all the way down the line to make certain that we don't step on his land.
Yeah.
That way he can cry about everything else, but he can't cry about us being on his land, because we ain't on his land at all.
Right.
And we won't be. Again, any water right here goes on my land. There's nothing goes on his land.
No, it's all angled towards yours. I mean, yours is the
yeah.
one
So what do you really have to cry about? You just cry because you want to be a little
stuff now.
punk bitch ass person. That's all.
Exactly.
His water's gonna run on my land. My water ain't run on his land.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to work.
Sweet. Let's go to work.